This video lecture on strategic planning. When we look at the management skills that are necessary for you to be successful in organizing and leading your small business, there's a couple of management skills that we specifically are going to be looking at. The first management skill, which today's lesson is based off of, is the strategic planning process. How do we develop our plans, and what are the things that we are doing to be proactive in regards to moving our organization forward? Other areas that management skills become necessary in terms of your organization is the idea of marketing. How are you going to communicate that your product or service is going to meet the needs of your customers, both from a non-personal way of what media or technology are you going to be using to communicate to your customers through, or even from a personal one-to-one piece, how are you going to be selling this product face-to-face to your customers? A very important management skill kind of ties in the next three areas that we're going to be looking at, which is the idea of how do you manage your costs effectively? What do I really need to have? How do I make sure that I am purchasing the right products, the right services to run my business, but how am I doing in regards of managing those costs? Am I identifying where there are gaps of how I can manage my costs more effectively? The way I'm purchasing, how I am purchasing, am I doing that properly? Financing is the next piece, which kind of ties into managing cost. Financing, how am I getting the financial resources that I need to run this business? And then that gets all tied together by the most important, what I feel is one of the most important tasks, and one of the most, when we look at reasons why businesses fail, is the idea of managing cash flow and identifying how do I effectively manage my cash on hand from the month-to-month basis. Very few businesses are going to be in a situation where they will be bringing in consistent dollars all 12 months of their fiscal year. And so especially if you're a seasonal business and 80 to 85% of your cash is going to be coming in a 3-month period of time, have you set policies and procedures in place that are going to allow you to manage that cash flow for those other 9 months, to still be able to pay your bills on a regular basis, to still have cash left over? Because when you are in the red on cash flow, that means you have bills that you can't pay. And obviously, you want to keep away from that situation happening, because that's just going to compound itself month to month. And that's really where companies start to fail, is not necessarily because they had a bad product, but because they couldn't manage the financial and cash flow resources of their organization.